You're probably a shuffle dancer who can learn a combo in like 20 minutes flat. You know how to do choreography, and with enough practice, you feel really confident in it. However, when it comes to freestyle, it starts to feel like everything falls apart. You get really nervous, you feel really vulnerable, and you just don't know why. You know that you understand how to shuffle. You understand the basics, the foundations, you know moves, you know combos. So, why does freestyling feel so different? There is a reason, and once you understand it, the nervousness starts to make a lot more sense. Right now, you only feel safe when you know what's coming next. This is a little bit of a metaphor for life, and the second that the structure disappears in your dance practice, or when you're out in a shuffle circle or at a festival or something like that, something in your mind wants you to shut down, it wants you to hide, and it wants to protect you. If you only feel safe using the moves that you know in a very specific sequence, and maybe the moment that you have to think on the spot, everything changes. It feels like you have to over prepare. You start to overthink, and the joy of shuffling generally just disappears. If freestyling still feels really scary, even if you've been shuffling for a while, we're going to explain what is going on. Freestyling requires a completely different level of vulnerability than learning technique, learning someone else's combo, learning a choreography. It is completely different. And this is why when you learn a move or when you learn a sequence or whatever, there is a right answer. And what I mean by that is there is a correct way to execute it so that you can hit it in a specific way that you want to see it or that the creator intended. There's a marker of like, am I doing this right? Does this feel right? In freestyle, it's completely opposite to that. There are no clear markers for success. And everything that you are bringing to the forefront is 100% yours. It is your brain that's cooking up these different ways of putting shuffle dance moves together. It is your heart that you are wearing on your sleeve and demonstrating through your movement. And it is your self expression, your interpretation of the music, and your ability to think on the spot right then and there. So ultimately, this is not a dance skill issue, but simply the fact that it is really vulnerable and it feels a little bit exposing. And I know that can sound dramatic, but this really clicks so much for my students. And it really clicked things for me as well when I was trying to bridge the gap to become a better shuffle dance freestyler. You're not nervous because my gosh, I can't freestyle. I don't know what to do. I don't know enough moves. That's not what's happening. You're nervous because freestyling means being fully seen, putting it all on the floor right then and there. This is something that used to happen to me really frequently. Now I pretty much only freestyle because I actually love that feeling and that thrill of expressing myself in the moment and not having anything pre-prepared. However, at one point, I was a big combo person, a huge choreography person, and I really clung to those as comfort zones. I felt good. I felt like I could really display who I was as a dancer. All the technique that I had been working really hard on came to the forefront because it was just like, it was practiced. It was simple. I'm not going to say it was easy because those are definitely different skills that we also have to build, but it felt more simple to me and it felt more safe. The moment that I started to freestyle, I realized, whoa, this is really vulnerable. Like, people are seeing me for me. They are seeing the emotions that I went through today. They are seeing how this song is making me feel. They are seeing that I need to think on the spot with my mind and with my body. And that just feels really revealing. And what I didn't know at that time that I do know now that I want you to know is that it's just simply a different brain that you use when you're freestyling versus when you're doing combos or choreography. And the same way that you have trained yourself to feel comfortable learning technique, learning combos, learning choreo, you can also train this other side of your brain, not only to learn how to freestyle, but to actually feel comfortable with the vulnerability of it. And we'll talk a bit more about that in just a second. There's a big misconception that I hear from shuffle dancers who are wanting to freestyle. And I just want to like cut it off right here, right now. People will always say, I will feel more confident in my freestyle and ready to freestyle when I just learn more moves. I don't know how to freestyle because I just don't know enough moves. Not true. This is what keeps you stuck in the learning lane or the learning zone. And that's not a bad place to be. But if you're constantly just adding new combos, new choreo, more YouTube tutorials, like really just trying to jam all of this information in, but you're not putting it into freestyle practice, you're never going to feel ready. You're training the same way, but you're expecting a different result. And ultimately, more moves and adding more things to your shuffle repertoire is not going to fix the fear of being seen. It's not going to help you get comfortable with that vulnerability. It might in other ways, posting your videos and so on and so forth, but specifically with freestyle, those two things, are not going to match. Freestyle confidence is not built by learning more. It's built by practicing your foundations over and over, by getting really, really good at the things that you are already doing and creating different ways of flowing in between those moves. And ultimately, practicing self-expression again and again and again until being seen starts to feel normal. This is what actually builds freestyle confidence. Number one, practicing freestyling, not just combos, not just choreography. This is so obvious, but I had to list it here. Freestyle is a skill built by doing it, right? The repetition, simply getting uncomfortable for the sake of exercising that muscle, not preparing for it. And you can start small. You don't have to go and freestyle for your entire session. Carve out 5 minutes at the end of your session after you've practiced whatever it is that you're already working on, and just do 30 seconds at a time, right? Put on a song that you know through and through. You don't have an audience. You don't have pressure. You don't even have to have your phone on filming yourself if you don't want, but just allow your body, your muscle memory, and your heart do the talking. Just see what comes out. The more that you practice this raw expression and you give yourself the space and time to do it, the less scary it becomes. The second thing that you need to build freestyle confidence is separating technique from expression. This is a hard one, especially for me because I'm such a technique nerd, but training these two things separately drastically improved my freestyle, and it does with my students as well. You don't need perfect technique in order to freestyle. You need to give yourself permission to be imperfect. Now, I want to caveat here by saying you do need good technique in order to freestyle confidently, in order to feel like you can string things together easily, be efficient, dance to the speed of songs, the higher BPMs that you want to dance to. However, both of those things can be trained separately. So I'm not saying ditch your technique work. Obviously, we know that is like the foundation of what we do here at Shuffle Shred, but allow yourself the time to explore in a freestyle zone without stressing about whether everything is perfect or not. This is where, and if you saw a few podcast episodes back, we are balancing the artist and the athlete. The artist is the one that's going to go into this freestyle practice just being like, whatever happens, happens. I want to connect to my heart. I want to feel comfortable. I want to break out of this plateau that I'm in creatively. And then the athlete is where you're going to train that technique and so on and so forth. The goal isn't to have your freestyle look good or look perfect from the beginning. And I know that's hard to hear because we want to do something, we want to get it right, and we want it to look awesome and post the video and, feel proud of it. However, the same way you were a beginner at the beginning of your shuffle journey, at the beginning of learning combos or choreo or whatever, you technically are a freestyle beginner as well. Even if you've already dabbled in it, you've probably never done it this way before, right? So it's completely okay. You don't have to ace it right off the bat. You just need to feel something. You need to give yourself, as I said, that time and space to express. That's going to absolutely change the game for you. Number 3, to becoming a confident freestyle dancer, reducing that nervousness, reducing that fear of vulnerability, you need to work on your mindset, not just your moves. Shuffle dance progress. Say it with me. If you're here all the time, you know this. Shuffle dance progress is 50% mindset. Okay. The fear of looking silly in your freestyling, it's not a skill gap. It's not because, as I said before, you don't have enough moves or you're not talented. That's not what it is. It is the fact that you have a mindset block. It is a fear. It is a natural human fear, and that's totally okay. We all go through it. We're all experiencing it. But like figuring out and experimenting to figure out who you are as a dancer, your identity, the persona you want to take on, the way you want to relate to the music, that's what unlocks confident freestyle. And that comes from mindset work. You have to feel safe feeling safe being seen, I should say. And that's where creativity comes alive more naturally. Okay. So this comes from mindset work behind the scenes. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's talking with your community about this fear. Maybe it's going to a mentor. Maybe it's having a mindset session. Maybe it's coaching yourself. There are so many different ways, but without this very specific piece of the puzzle, freestyling may move forward, but not as fast as you want it to. Ultimately, freestyling is not the scariest part of shuffling. It may feel like that right now, but it is where your creativity, your uniqueness, and your deepest connection to the dance, to the music, and to your soul actually comes alive. If you feel nervous right now, it's not because you're not ready to freestyle or you don't know how. It's just a sign that you need a little bit more direction, you care, and this is something that kind of excites you. This is exactly why freestyle is woven into every single one of my programs, especially Shuffle Shred on Demand. And it's not because I want to push you into the deep end, but it's because you need the practice. You need a safe, supported, repeatable practice and repeatable framework so you can stop hiding behind combos, stop feeling like, oh, well, freestyling seems fun, but it's just not for me. No, this is a skill that you can build. This is a mindset that you can work on. This is a soulful thing that you can work on, and you can finally feel a lot more free in your movement. If you know your basics, if you are, already shuffle dancing, but freestyling specifically feels really nerve-wracking, this course is built for you. 90 days or less, you're going to freestyle with confidence. You're going to feel comfortable being seen. You're going to express yourself to the music in a way that feels fully yours. Your unique self as a dancer is going to start to bloom and sprout, and it is absolutely incredible. In this course, Shuffle Shred on Demand, Rising Novice level specifically, there's also intermediate level. You are going to have mindset modules as well, freestyle practice baked into every single practice, and 60 days inside of my community where we have monthly mindset calls, a mindset channel where you can ask any questions or go back through to the questions that other people have asked about mindset. You're going to get a chance to be seen inside of a group community, share your videos, get used to freestyling in a tight-knit community of people who are also growing all the same skills from all different levels of their shuffle journey. It is absolutely incredible. You'll get direct feedback from me as well. I would love to see you in there. The link is going to be in the description of this video, of this podcast. I hope that this was helpful. Go out into your freestyle, integrate that into your practice, and watch how much your shuffle dance changes. I'll see you in the next episode.